Hey, what's up? It's me again. Wow, that last video blew up. I mean, it kind of didn't, but it did a little bit. I don't know. I attracted a lot of people in that video. 63 views. I don't know. Besides all that, though, this is a video for people with autism. Me personally, I have autism, and how I see the world is totally different from a high functional person. Excuse me. Yeah, no, how I look at things is totally different from a high functional person. And, you know, I would say to make it easy on yourself as a person with autism, you should write scripts and, take pictures of whatever it is that you're trying to understand. So, for an example, if you're trying to do a banshee rush, right? You want to go on your notebook and pretty much tell yourself, this is the amount of banshees I want to make. I want to at least make 20 banshees, 5 engineers, 5 shrouds, or less. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need too many shrouds or engineers. You just need enough of it. But how I play Halo Wars 2 with this disability, I like to write things down on a notebook. I like to tell myself, this is how you play Halo Wars 2. And I could be wrong. I could be right. It's all about experience. First, you have to go through trial and error. You're going to lose games with this disability. And there's going to be times where you just get stuck in a game. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be times where what it is not enough. Like, that's why that's why I'm making these guide videos, because your average YouTuber, right, that make Halo Wars 2 videos, they don't really, they don't have videos for people like me. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have videos of, people, they don't really have videos where it's like, this is what you do. Don't do this, don't do that. This is how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not enough, if that makes any sense. Like, if you have autism and they're just saying, hey, this is all you got to do, just do this one thing and it works. But at the same time, it's like, it's not enough. What I'm trying to say here is, telling someone that this method works only works for you. Not it doesn't, like, cuz like, think about it. If you play as Decimus and you're rushing with brute jumpers, sometimes it's going to work and sometimes it's not going to work. As a person with autism, you don't want to rely on just brute jumpers at the start of the game. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, I tried to rush with brute jumpers and it just didn't work. You want to know why it didn't work? Because I don't have a script. Something I don't have something to stick to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that's relatable, you can definitely comment that in a section. You can definitely comment that in a comment section, and I'll gladly add you on Xbox, because I need people like me. I need people who have the same struggles as me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. It's so complicated. Like, I'm still doing research on myself as an autistic person. Like, you know, doing research on autism is one of the number one things you should do if you're playing Halo Wars 2 seriously, because there's a lot about your disability that you don't know yet. Some people, they don't, they have sensory issues, right? You know what I'm saying? And I definitely have sensory issues too, but you know, I learned to cope with that, you know what I'm saying, over time as an adult. But playing Halo Wars 2 is definitely like a sensory thing. Like, I don't know, it's like I am sensitive to certain things in Halo Wars 2 where it's like I'm attacking the person, right? And it doesn't work. it impacts me. Failure in Halo Wars 2 impacts me a lot as I have autism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have autism, right? Everything's amplified. Losing feels horrible in Halo Wars 2. Everything is amplified. Everything is 10 times worse. But when you win, it's 10 times good. See, that's autism. You kind of get stuck on this one thing. Like it's pretty much like this. I won that game. How did I do it? I did this. I did that. Let me write down the note and be like this and that. This is how you do it. You try it again, you lose the game, you tell yourself, what the heck just happened? I could have sworn in the script it says to do this, that, etc. 5 choppers, 10 grunts. This should have worked. Why didn't it work? And this is where we get stuck. All right. This is as an autistic person, as a person with autism, this is where we get stuck. This is where we're asking ourselves, what did we do wrong? What did we do? What did we do wrong? Okay, the person has a hero out. Okay, that makes sense. But heroes are not invincible. They can be taken down. And choppers are good against infantry. So, you know, someone like Colony, I mean, okay, Colony might be an exception because Colony has heavy armor. He has heavy armor. So that it makes a lot of sense of why you can't take down Colony so easily. But you know, just losing to someone like Colony, you know what I'm saying? It's very frustrating as a person with autism because you're asking yourself, this is an infantry unit, a hero infantry unit that, you know, and then you look at the stats on the chopper, right? And it says it's good against infantry. And you're asking yourself, why is his health going down slow? It's going down slow. This chopper is taking down Colony's health bit by bit when it says it's good against infantry. See, stuff like that, you're going to get stuck. As a person with autism, you're going to get stuck. All right? You're going to get stuck on that. And that's how you lose games because you get stuck trying to figure out why is this method not working. I would say use suicide grunts to take down Colony, but you know how bad they are. They don't last too long. You need an army full of suicide grunts to take down Colony. You know what I'm saying? Or just any hero unit as in general, because hero units are just really tanky and, you know, spongy, you know. But how to play Halo Wars 2 with a disability. You grab a notebook, or at least go to your notes on your notepad or on your phone or whatever, and you write down every experience you had in each match. If you lose, write down what it is that made you lose. And if you win a game, write down what made you win. And that's how you get good at the game. That's, as a person with autism, that's how you get good at the game. You adapt. Simple as that, really. But sometimes we go through a situation where the unthinkable just happens. You have 10 weavers, right? You have 10 weavers, and the person has like 15 banshees. Those 5 banshees survive, and you question that situation. You're like, what the heck just happened? So you mean to tell me it's about the numbers game? And like, you know, that this is where you get stuck. Those 5 banshees survive because of the numbers game. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so questionable. There's times where you're countering these units, but they just get outnumbered. And the rock paper scissors method applies to the weavers too, where banshees do extra damage against vehicles, and the weavers is considered as a vehicle. So that's probably why banshees, they shred through weavers and stuff like that. But I don't know. This is very complicated. This game is very complicated, and yes, there are toxic people in Halo Wars 2, especially that last video with Sir Liam. I don't understand. Like, I read the comment section. He said he was just joking, but there was nothing funny about that joke. There was nothing. I didn't find that funny. I didn't find that funny at all. And you got this other guy saying, "Oh, stop crying." No one's crying, actually. If you ask me, I don't even like. I don't even care enough to acknowledge that comment, but I did anyways because it's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Besides all that, right? Besides all that, okay. Besides all that, all I gotta say is take your time. Take your time when you're playing Halo Wars 2. Don't even rush yourself. Sometimes you gotta play a little greedy and have a lot of supply pads and a lot of generators, and you know it's you gotta play. It's all about greed in Halo Wars 2. You gotta be real greedy in Halo Wars 2. You gotta play greedy. You gotta take power nodes. You have to have a lot of supply pads. You have to have a lot of generators. You know, because without that, you can't really make an army. So for the people that have autism, I would say two two production bases, like no, two production buildings is what I meant to say, is good enough. That's all you need. Two production buildings is all you need. And I would say like one war council or whatever units, whatever the UNSC version of whatever it is. I would say like war council on one base and two production buildings or whatever, air vehicle, whatever it is that you're gonna main or whatever. I would say to put like two of each. You know what I'm saying? But play greedy, play real greedy in Halo Wars 2. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta do it. But this is all I gotta say for now, at least. I might make a part two. I don't know. But if you're someone with autism and you do things visually, I would say to record, record yourself talking about it and then go back to it and then, listen to yourself, because that's how I do things. I like to tell myself things because I know no one else is going to do it for you. That's the reality of it. No one in this planet that plays Halo Wars 2, no one's going to sit next to you and be like, "Hey, do this, right? Do this, that, do this and that." No, you got to take the time to write everything down and then look back at it and be like, "Okay, so this is how you do it." You are your own guide at this point, you know? That's all I got to say in this video. If you want to add me on Xbox, my name on Xbox is Hero Mask 388. I play Halo Wars 2 24/7. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.